Mary Sinclair's backside had frozen to the window as she slept. Again. Not her skin, thankfully. Nobody needed frostburn on their delicate bits, but the brushed cotton pajamas that had failed to keep her warm while she slept. She wriggled enough to unstick them and tried not to wince at the dampness as they sprang back on her butt. Her room was so small that she had no choice but to push her bed against the glass or the door would get wedged on its way open. But every winter was the same, and their landlord had refused to do anything about it because, quote, "Your apartment is rent-controlled and I'm practically paying you to live there." She tried to summon the will to reach for her phone, not because she was eager to face the day, but because there was a very real chance she'd slept through her alarm. When she finally peeled her arm from the duvet and found her phone face down and dead, it confirmed her suspicions. Her breath misted visibly as she sat up, and she muttered a short, heartfelt curse into the biting air. The worst part wasn't even the cold or the lack of sleep. It was that she was about to be late to a job she didn't even want, for a shift she hadn't exactly agreed to. December hours at Carroll's department store were like being drafted into Christmas boot camp. Nobody asked if you were available. They just slapped your name on the rota in red pen and dared you to complain. Mary couldn't afford to complain. She scrambled out of bed, bare feet hitting the ice-cold floor. Her slippers had vanished, probably into her roommate's room, along with half of her wardrobe. Showering at supersonic speed, she pulled on jeans and a jumper and stomped across the freezing apartment, each breath a visible puff. A lesser woman might have cried. Mary just muttered an impressive string of expletives under her breath as she made for the kitchen. Coffee would save her. She flicked on the ancient kettle. Her coffee machine had broken a few weeks back, and grabbed her favorite chipped mug from the shelf. It was the one with the faded "I Heart New York" printed on it, the only souvenir she'd ever allowed herself when she first moved to the city, when she was still naive enough to believe in new beginnings and happily ever afters. She opened the fridge door and stopped. It was bare. No milk, no orange juice, no butter. Just a half-empty jar of pickle relish and what looked suspiciously like a middle school science experiment growing on the cheese. Mary closed her eyes, breathed, and reached into the bread bin instead. She'd stashed an emergency 2-pack of almond croissants in there yesterday, a little payday treat to make the mornings marginally less bleak. But that, too, was empty. Just a crumpled brown paper bag dusted with almond flakes was left squashed in the corner. She was still staring at it in silent devastation when her roommate, Claire, called out from down the narrow hall. "Morning, Mare. Hey, could you grab some groceries on your way home? I'm slammed with work today. Absolute nightmare."